And time now for a look at what new films are hitting theaters this weekend. We're joined live by film critic Richard Crouse. Hi, Richard. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's start off The Woman King. I want to see this movie very badly, and you gave it 4 stars, which is very encouraging to me.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. I saw it in a packed audience, and it's one of the rare times that I've been in a theater, in recent memory anyway, that people have actually burst into applause and were cheering at various parts of the film. So it's set in 1823 in the West African Empire of Dahomey. This is an empire surrounded by other kingdoms that occasionally try and war with them to keep the aggressors at bay. They have the Agoge, who are an all-female band of warriors who are fearless and fearsome. They're led by Viola Davis, playing the general who leads the entire army and always seems to come out on. Parallel to this story is another story of a 19-year-old who was knocked off at the king's residence because she is seen as rebellious and hard to control, and we learn about her training to become part of the Agoge as well. This reminded me of old-fashioned, crowd-pleasing action-adventure movies like Gladiator, like Braveheart, that are a mix of great action scenes, characters that you actually want to root for, and just a bit of a historical backdrop to the whole thing. It's called The Woman King. It's in theaters right now, and I give it 4 out of 5 stars.
And fun fact, the world premiere of that movie was in Toronto here at TIFF last week, so it looks very good. Okay, moving on. Confess Fletch, you gave this 2.5 stars.
Yeah, this one stars John Hamm in the role that Chevy Chase made famous on the big screen in the 1980s. He plays Fletch, who is an investigator, also solves crimes occasionally. And this movie sees Fletch accused of a crime. He has to prove his innocence so that he doesn't end up spending the rest of his life in jail. This movie is a little different than the Chevy Chase movies. There's not a lot of slapstick. The disguises are gone. The broad humor is by and large gone. This feels more like the McDonald books that the series is based on. It's kind of sardonic, a little smart alecky. And we all know that John Hamm can do drama. He's an Emmy Award winner for Mad Men. We all know that he can do comedy. We've seen him do that on 30 Rock. Here he falls somewhere in the middle. I felt that way about the entire movie, that it just seemed kind of stuck in second gear. I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and it's on VOD and in theaters this weekend.
Okay. Moonage, Daydream. So this one, kind of a documentary on the life of David Bowie. All these biopics and documentaries are really in right now. What did you think of this one?
I loved this movie. So this isn't really a documentary. I mean, I guess it's being called that. It's really an immersive experience. The director, Brett Morgan, was given access to the entirety of David Bowie's archive. He sorted through 5 million assets, film clips that we've never seen before, interviews, music that's never been released, and he has put together this kaleidoscopic look at the life and really the way David Bowie thinks. It's not a cradle-to-grave documentary like a behind-the-scenes, behind-the-music kind of thing. This really is an impressionistic, kaleidoscopic look at the life of one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. It's called Moonage, Daydream. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and it's in theaters right now.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Pearl, you gave this one 3.5 stars. I watched the trailer for this one. It made me feel just kind of uncomfortable even when I was watching it.
Well, that's the point of the movie, I think. This is about a young woman named Pearl, played by Mia Goth, who lives on a farm. It's the 1920s. She's obsessed with the movies, but her religious parents are not allowing her to have any connections to the movies, particularly not wanting her to run off to Hollywood to be in the movies. So she kind of takes matters into her own hands. And this is a character study of this young woman played by Mia Goth, who really delivers here in giving us a sense of the inner rage of the character, but also kind of the sweet side as well. It's a multi-layered performance, but make like this is kind of a grim movie that does not shy away from some pretty terrible events that happen within. I gave it 3.5 out of 5, and it's in theaters this weekend.
Okay, I think I might take a pass on that one, but it does look well done. Richard Crouse, thank you so much for taking the time. It's always good to hear your opinion.
Thanks for having me.